Long before the first telescope was ever built, humans had always been curious about the stars. They looked up at the night sky with naked eyes, wondering what lay beyond. But it wasn't until the early 1600s that someone finally built a device that could bring the distant universe closer. The story begins in 1608 in the small country of the Netherlands. A spectacle maker named Hans Lippershey filed a patent for a device he described as an instrument for seeing things far away as if they were nearby. This was the world's first recorded telescope. It was simple, just two lenses inside a tube, but it changed everything. The device could magnify objects only 3 times, but that was enough to spark a revolution. News of this amazing invention spread quickly across Europe. Scientists, astronomers, and thinkers everywhere were fascinated. One of them was an Italian scientist named Galileo Galilei. In 1609, just 1 year after Lippershey's patent, Galileo built his own improved version. He didn't stop at 3 times magnification. He pushed further, 8 times, then 20 times. With his powerful telescope, Galileo pointed it at the sky and made discoveries that shocked the world. He saw mountains and valleys on the moon. He discovered 4 moons orbiting Jupiter. He observed that Venus had phases, just like our moon. These observations proved that not everything in the universe revolves around the Earth, supporting the theory that the Earth actually revolves around the Sun. It was a groundbreaking moment in the history of science. The telescope got its name around this time. In 1611, at a banquet in Italy, a Greek poet named Giovanni de Missiani coined the word telescope, from the Greek words meaning far and to see. The name stuck, and it has been used ever since. But scientists didn't stop improving the telescope. In 1611, the astronomer Johannes Kepler proposed a new design using 2 convex lenses instead of 1 convex and 1 concave. This gave a wider field of view, making it much more useful for astronomy. By the 1650s, the Dutch astronomer Christian Huygens was building powerful telescopes based on Kepler's design. With one of these, he discovered Titan, Saturn's largest moon, and also explained the mysterious rings of Saturn for the very first time. Then came one of the biggest leaps in telescope history. In 1668, the great English scientist Isaac Newton realized that lenses caused a problem called chromatic aberration, where different colors of light bend at slightly different angles, causing blurry, colorful edges around images. His solution was brilliant. Instead of using a lens to gather light, he used a curved mirror. This became known as the reflecting telescope, and Newton's design is still used today. Amateur astronomers around the world still build what is called a Newtonian telescope in his honor. Over the next 2 centuries, telescopes kept getting bigger and better. In 1789, William Herschel completed a massive reflecting telescope with a mirror nearly 50 inches wide and a tube 40 feet long. It was the largest telescope in the world for over 50 years. With it, he discovered 2 new moons of Saturn on the very first night he used it. One major problem with early telescopes was that their mirrors were made of a metal called speculum metal, which tarnished quickly and reflected light poorly. This changed in the 1850s when Leon Foucault introduced a process of coating glass mirrors with silver. The silver coating was far more reflective and easier to maintain. Later, in 1932, aluminum coatings replaced silver and became the standard for telescope mirrors worldwide. By the 20th century, telescopes had grown to extraordinary sizes. The 100-inch Hooker telescope, completed in 1917 at Mount Wilson in California, allowed astronomer Edwin Hubble to discover that distant galaxies exist far beyond our own Milky Way, expanding our understanding of the entire universe. Then, in 1990, humanity launched a telescope into space itself, the Hubble Space Telescope. Free from the blurring effects of Earth's atmosphere, it captured images of breathtaking clarity, looking back billions of years into the past and revealing the true scale and beauty of the cosmos. Today, telescopes come in many forms: optical, radio, infrared, and X-ray. Some sit on mountaintops, others float in orbit. but they all trace their origin back to that simple tube of lenses built by a Dutch spectacle maker over 400 years ago. From Hans Lippershey's modest 3x magnification device to telescopes that can see to the edge of the observable universe, the telescope has truly transformed how we understand our place in the cosmos.